dear students, welcome to Geeta's classes. So we are going to start Unit 5, Graphs and Graph Models. Okay, in that basic definitions, let us see. Unit 5, Graphs and Graph Models, Graph Terminology. The first in this class, I am going to talk about graph terminology, basic definitions of graphs. Okay. So in this, I will cover vertices, what is an edge, directed graph, undirected graph, simple and multi-graph, pseudo-graph, degree of a vertex, and in that in degree and out degree for directed graphs and so on. Okay. So let us see one by one. First definition, basic definition of a graph. A graph is G. It is denoted by capital G of V comma E. V is the set of non-empty set of vertices, and at least because at least one vertex should be there, then only we call it as a graph. Okay, and it is also called nodes, and set of capital E, it is called a set of edges. Each edge has one or two vertices associated with it called in its endpoint. Suppose if you have A and B, okay, this is an edge E. Okay, an edge is said to connect its endpoints. So A and B are called endpoints here. If you want, you can do some more graphs, C, D. Okay. So now this is E1, E2, E3, E4. Four edges are there. So each edge has one or two vertices associated with it. Okay. So definitely two vertices should be there. Two vertices, minimum one or two vertices with it called endpoints. A and B are endpoints of E1, and B and C are endpoints of E2, and so on. An edge is said to connect its endpoints. So E4 is connecting B and D, E3 is connecting C and D, and so on. So a graph in which, a simple graph, a graph in which each edge connect two different vertices and where no two edges connect the same pair of vertices is called a simple graph. I'll explain again, wait. Here you can have this also. This is E5. So E1 and E5 are called parallel edges. E1 and E5 are called parallel edges or multiple edges. Okay. So between two vertices, you can have either a single edge or you can have multiple edges also. They are called parallel edges or multiple edges. And similarly, if you have a vertex edge like this is E6. So E6 is joining C to itself. It is called a loop. It is called a loop. Okay. So if a graph does not contain without no self loops, no loops and or parallel edges, then it is called simple graph. A graph which does not contain, that is each edge connect two different vertices, that is no loop should be there, and no two edges connect the same pair of vertices. Okay. So any two vertices, edges if you connect like this, parallel edges, this means it is parallel edges. So parallel edges are not allowed and loops are not allowed for simple graph. Okay. So multi-graph means just opposite to that. You can have loops and parallel edges. You can are allowed. It is also called, sometimes we call it as pseudo-graph. So pseudo-graph will contain loops and parallel edges. Can contain loops and parallel edges, loops and multiple edges you can say, or parallel edges. Okay. So next is one more definition I want to tell you. If you have a single vertex like this, suppose if you have A, B, C, D, E, one more E. So here E is called the, or if let us say F. So F is a vertex only. F is called isolated vertex. Isolated vertex because no edge is incident with F. Okay. If there is no edge incident with the vertex, it is called isolated vertex. Next is directed graph. Till now we have not did not have any arrow mark, direction. So if you have direction, then it is called directed graph. This is A, B, A to B, B to C, then D to C, B to D, D to A. You can have D to any as you wish. Okay. So you can have like this also, C. From C to D is there, D to C is also there. Okay. Multiple edges. You can have loop also like this. Okay. So a directed graph, or it is also simply called digraph, V comma E, consists of a non-empty set of vertices capital V and a set of directed edges, or sometimes it is also called arcs, E. So each directed edge is associated with an ordered pair of vertices, that is U comma V. The directed edge associated with ordered pair U comma V is said to start at U and end at V. Suppose if you consider this edge, it is starting at B and it is ending at C. If you consider this edge, it is starting at D and ending at C, and so on. Okay. So acquaintanceship graph. We can use a simple graph. These are all examples. Let us see some examples of these graphs. We can use a simple graph to represent whether two people know each other. That is, whether they are acquainted. Acquaintance means whether they know, they have some idea about the other person or not. Each person in a group of people. Suppose if you consider a colony and in which people are there, A, B, C, D, E, 5, 6 people are there, F. Okay, if A and B are known, then there is an edge. It is a simple undirected graph. Known to himself or herself, we are not considering, okay. And B and D are known people. So here B and E are known. C and A are known. F and C are known. And you can have F and D are known. So A does not know F, D and E. B does not know C and F, like this. Okay, if there is an edge, they know each other. This is a example of a graph. Okay, so and you cannot have multiple edges here. You will have, if A and B are known, you will have one edge, that's all. Okay, because there is no direction, right? Next is influence graph. Here you will have directed graph. See, in studies of group behavior, it is observed that certain people can, if you have a group of people even in your class, you would have observed some certain group of people will be there. It is observed that certain people can influence the thinking of others. A directed graph called an influence graph can be used to model this behavior. Each person of the group is represented by a vertex and there is a directed edge if from a vertex A to B, when the person represented by vertex A influences the person represented by B. Let us take some example. 5 students are there, A, B, C, D, E. A can influence B. Okay, A can influence C. A is influencing E also. E is influencing B. Okay, and D is also influencing B. And C is influencing D. See, now you can observe A does not get influenced by anyone. Understood? See, A is influencing E, A is influencing B, A is influencing C. Okay, so A is not influenced by anyone. D, what about C? C is getting influenced by A, but C can influence D. And D, again, D can get influenced by C and D can influence B, and so on. This is the representation. Okay. Next, another example, the Tollywood graph. It represents the actors by vertices and connect two vertices when the actors represented by these vertices have worked together or on a movie. So this is a directed graph or non-directed graph? It is an undirected graph, right? If two actors acted together, then they will have an edge. Okay, undirected graph, undirected simple graph. Simple means no loops and no multiple edges. Okay, that is a simple graph. So you can write your own favorite actors or actresses. Okay, so A, B, C, D. If A and B are acting together, if you know the movie in which A and B have acted together, then you can say that there is an edge. Okay. Similarly, A and B have acted together. B and D have acted together. That means B is an actor or actress who has acted with A, C and D. Okay. So A and D, they don't have any common movie in which they have acted. C and D, they have not acted on same movie. Okay. They did not work together like that. You can replace A, B, C, D with your favorite actors. Okay. Next is round robin tournaments. A tournament where each team plays with each other team exactly once is called round robin tournament. Such tournaments can be modeled using a directed graph where each term is represented by a vertex. Note that here it is a directed graph, okay, and here A comma B, you will have an edge from A to B if team A beats team B. Okay. So I'll give one example with 6 vertices, 6 teams. So you will have team 1, 2, 6 teams. So team 1, 2, team 3, team 4, team 5 and team 6. Okay. So you will have one has played with 2. Then A wins. A comma B and A is an edge if team A beats team. Okay. 1 and 2 they have played and 1 has won. Okay. So 1 with all the teams. 1 with 3. 1 is the winner, and 1 with 4 also 1 is the winner. 1 with 5 also 1 is the winner, and 1 with 6 also 1 is the winner. Okay. So next is from 2 we have with 3. 2 is the winner. Now 2 to 6. 2 to 6, 6 is the winner. And 2 to 4, 4 is the winner. Sorry, 2 is the winner. And 2 to 5, 5 is the winner. Actually, 1 has played with all the others. 2 has played with all the others. Now, what about 3? 3 has played with 2 and 1 over. 3 has to play with 4. And 4 has 1, and with 5 also 5 has 1, and team 3 with 6 has 1. Okay, similarly now with 4, 3 with all the others over, right? 3 1, 3 2, 3 4, 3 5, 3 6 over. Now from 4 we have 3, 1 has 1. With 4, 2 has 1, 3. What about 4 comma 5? 5 has 1. And 4 comma 6, 6 has 1. This is just a representation, okay. And from 5, 1 is over, 2 is over, 3, 4, 5. Then 5 and 6 only is remaining, 5 has 1. Okay, this is a representation of graph model of round robin tournament. This is a graph model of round robin tournament. This you would have seen even in IPL cricket matches and all, you would have observed. Okay, they will play with all the other players and other teams. And now this is team 1, team 2. There are 6 teams. 1 will be playing with all the others, 2 has played with all the others, and 3 has played. So this arrow means if 1 and 2 are playing, and whoever is winning from that team, it will go to the arrow will be going to the other team. Okay, this is an example. Next is two vertices U and V in an undirected graph G are called adjacent in G. Okay, suppose if you have A and B is an E is an edge, E1, C, E2, D, E3, E4. So adjacent in G, if U and V are endpoints of an edge G. So A and D, are they adjacent? No. A and B, yes, they are adjacent. What about A and C? They are adjacent. What about B and D? They are not adjacent. If there is an edge between the vertices, then they are said to be adjacent. And now, if E is associated with U comma V, the edge E is called incident with the vertices U and V. E2 is incident with B and C. Okay, E4 is incident with A and C, and so on. Okay, and degree of a vertex in an undirected graph is the number of edges incident with it, except that loop at the vertex contributes 2 to the degree of the vertex. Let us see one example. The degree is denoted by degree of the vertex. Suppose if you have A, B, you have a loop for B, C, then D, then E, you have a loop also here. Can you tell me what is the degree of A? 1, 2. How many edges are incident with that? Degree of B, 1, 2, 3, 4. For loop, you have to consider twice. Okay, because 1, 2. 2 edges, 2 endpoints. You are starting from B and ending with that. So every edge will contribute 1 to degree of A, 1 to, if you consider this is an edge, E1, it contributes 1 to A and 1 to B. Okay. Similarly, for every edge, it will contribute 1 for each degrees. What about degree of C? 1, 2, 3, 4. Degree of D, 1 only. It is unique. Only 1. This is called a pendant vertex. If the degree is 1, it is called pendant vertex. And what about degree of E? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Next is handshaking theorem. If this is an important theorem, G is equal to V comma E be an undirected graph with E edges, then the sum of the degrees will be twice the number of edges. It is obvious that it is twice the number of edges. Note that this applies even if with the multiple edges and loops are present. See here, if you consider E1, E2, E3, E4, E5, E6, E7. So if you add all these things, so how many 7 edges are there? 2, 4, 10, 14, right? So number of degrees, if you add all the degrees, it will be twice the number of edges. Why is it so? Because every edge contributes 1 to the vertex. Okay, 1 degree to the vertex, both the vertices. That's why it is twice the number of edges. Corollary, an undirected graph has an even number of vertices of odd degree. That means in an undirected graph, the total number of odd degree vertices is even always. See, number of odd degree vertices, this is even, don't consider. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, here only 1 and 2. So, number of odd degree vertices will be 2. 2 is even. How many such vertices are there? That is even. Okay. That's what it means. Next is U comma V is an edge of a graph G. Suppose if you have A to B, then we say that U is said to be, suppose let us write UV only. UV, this is an edge. U is said to be adjacent to V. V here. Adjacent to V, and V is said to be adjacent from U. Adjacent from U. Okay. U is said to be adjacent to V, and V is said to be adjacent from U if you have direction. Otherwise, U and V are just adjacent to each other, right? The vertex U is called the initial vertex of U, U comma V, and V is called the terminal vertex. See, from the name itself you can understand. Okay, it is very easy. Graph theory is not at all difficult. Just from the name you can remember things. So initial and terminal vertex of a loop. Suppose if you have a loop here. So initial and terminal vertices will be the same. Okay. So in a graph with directed edges, the in degree. Now degree we have seen how many edges are incident with that. So here in degree and out degree. I'll give you one example. Here A. Suppose if you have A, B, C, D, E. What is the in degree? In degree is denoted by degree of minus of V. So how many are coming in with this? Okay. So from A, what is the degree of in degree of? We'll write both. Okay. In degree of minus of V vertices and out degree. For all the vertices, let us write. Out degree, it is denoted by degree of plus. Okay. So in degree and out degree. For vertex A, what is in degree? In degree is 0. Out degree 1. What about for vertex B? In degree is 2. Out degree is 0. For C, in degree is 1. Right? Out degree is 2. And total degree. Degree is total degree means you have to add both. Right? For D, it is in degree is 2 and out degree is 1. Okay. What about for E? Out degree is 1. In degree is 0. Out degree is 1. Right? So if you add these two, you will get the total degree of the vertex. What is the degree of vertex D? 2 plus 1, 3. You can see how many are incident, how many edges are incident. Without this arrow, if you consider, there will be 1, 2, 3. 3 are there. Okay, total degree is 3. That is total degree means the sum of in degree and out degree. Okay. So note that a loop at a vertex contributes 1 to both in degree. Suppose if you have a loop here, let us see that also. What about E then? Accordingly it will change, right? So 1 will be 1 in degree, okay? And out degree 1 is outgoing, 1 plus 2, so 3. Totally it is 3, okay? So with this basic terminology is over. All the definitions we have seen, basic definitions we have seen. Next we will see further types of the graph. Okay, special types of graphs are there. We will see in the next class. Thank you so much for listening.